Scene script. Have you ever wondered how many cells make up your body? A fascinating question, isn't it? To put it into perspective, let's dive into the world of biology. The human body, a marvel of nature, is estimated to be composed of a staggering 37 trillion cells. Yes, you heard that right, 37 trillion. This number is so vast it's almost unfathomable. But what's even more incredible is that each of these cells plays a critical role in our existence. They are the bedrock of life, the building blocks that construct the human body. From the neurons firing in our brains to the red blood cells carrying oxygen through our veins, each cell has a specific function, a role to play in the grand theater of our physiology. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the complexity of these microscopic wonders. Each cell isn't just a simple blob of protoplasm. Oh no, inside each one is a bustling microcosm of structures and machinery, each with a specific task that keeps the cell, and by extension us, alive and functioning. We're talking about the nucleus, the mitochondria, the ribosomes, and a whole host of other parts that work together in a beautifully choreographed dance of life. But don't let the complexity intimidate you. Our journey today is about unraveling these mysteries, about peering into this microscopic world and understanding the marvel of human cells. We'll delve into their structures, explore their functions, and find out just what makes these tiny powerhouses tick. So buckle up, fellow explorers. We're about to take a journey of discovery, a voyage into a world that's all around us, yet one we seldom stop to truly appreciate. Prepare to embark on a microscopic journey into the world of human cells. Every single cell in our body, though microscopic, is a bustling world of its own. Imagine a bustling city. The city limits, akin to the cell membrane, provide a boundary, distinguishing the city from its surroundings. This cell membrane, a complex layer of lipids and proteins, acts as a gatekeeper, deciding what enters and exits the cellular world. Within these boundaries, we find a dynamic environment known as the cytoplasm. Just as a city is filled with buildings, people, and vehicles, the cytoplasm is teeming with various organelles, each with a unique role. Picture the cytoplasm as the city's landscape, hosting the hustle and bustle of cellular life. And at the heart of every city, we find the city hall. In the case of our cellular city, this is the nucleus. The nucleus is like the city's command center, housing the most precious of cellular materials, our DNA. This DNA, much like the laws and regulations of a city, provides the instructions necessary for the cell to function correctly. It's the blueprint that guides the cell, ensuring that each part knows its role and performs it to the best of its abilities. Think of the DNA as the city's blueprint, the cell membrane as the city walls, and the cytoplasm as the cityscape. Each component contributes to the cell's overall functionality, just as each element of a city contributes to its daily operations. But remember, this is a simplified comparison. The reality of a cell's structure and function is much more complex, with countless interactions and processes occurring every second. From the smallest protein to the largest organelle, every aspect of the cell works in synergy, promoting the survival and growth of the organism it's a part of. The cell, although minute, possesses an intricate design, each part working in perfect harmony to keep us alive and thriving. Such is the marvel of biology, the wonder of life at its smallest scale, and the fascinating world that exists within each and every one of us. Within our cells there exist tiny power plants, churning out the energy we need every moment. These microscopic powerhouses are known as mitochondria. Picture a jelly bean, that's roughly the shape of a mitochondrion, but of course it's far smaller than any jelly bean you've ever seen. Now these aren't just any regular power plants, they're unique because they come with their own DNA, separate from the rest of the cell. This DNA is inherited purely from the mother, which gives us fascinating insights into our maternal lineage. But let's get back to energy. Through a process called cellular respiration, mitochondria convert the food we eat into usable energy. This happens in a series of chemical reactions, where glucose and oxygen are transformed into carbon dioxide, water, and most importantly, adenosine triphosphate or ATP, the energy currency of the cell. These energy factories, the mitochondria, play a pivotal role in keeping us active and energetic. At the heart of every cell lies its control center, the nucleus. Imagine the nucleus as the brain of the cell, where all the important decisions are made. It's the largest organelle in the cell, and it's encased in a double membrane known as the nuclear envelope, which protects the valuable contents within. This envelope is studded with tiny pores that control the movement of molecules in and out of the nucleus, facilitating communication with the rest of the cell. Within this protective envelope, the nucleus houses the cell's most precious cargo, the chromosomes, which carry all our genetic information. These chromosomes are composed of DNA, a molecule that's often compared to a twisted ladder or a double helix. The rungs of this ladder are made up of pairs of 4 types of molecules called bases. The specific order of these bases is what dictates the instructions for building and maintaining the body. This genetic code is the blueprint for life as we know it. It's a recipe book, with each gene being a unique recipe for a particular protein. And proteins, as you may know, are the workhorses of the cell, carrying out all sorts of functions from building structures to facilitating chemical reactions. But the nucleus doesn't just store this vital information, it's also where the first steps of turning these instructions into reality occur. Within the nucleus, a process called transcription takes place, where the DNA is read and a messenger molecule is produced. This messenger then leaves the nucleus and travels to the rest of the cell, carrying the instructions for making a specific protein. This central role of the nucleus in controlling the activities of the cell highlights its significance. It's not just a storage unit, but a dynamic command center, directing the cell's functions and determining the traits and characteristics of the organism it belongs to. The nucleus, a veritable warehouse of genetic information, governs the cell's activities and ultimately our traits and characteristics. Cells have an intricate workforce that toils tirelessly, ensuring smooth operations. Among the most dedicated laborers in this cellular city are the ribosomes and the endoplasmic reticulum, both playing pivotal roles in synthesizing proteins, the building blocks of the cell and the body. Let's delve into the world of ribosomes first. These are tiny factories, devoid of membrane, scattered across the cell. They're primarily composed of proteins and ribosomal RNA, and their primary function is to convert genetic information into proteins. Picture them as skilled craftsmen, translating the complex language of genes into tangible, functional proteins, which are vital for the cell's growth, repair, and reproduction. Now let's shift our gaze to the endoplasmic reticulum. This is a vast, interconnected network of tubules and sacs, much like a bustling highway system within the cell. It comes in 2 varieties, smooth and rough. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum is involved in lipid synthesis and detoxification, whereas the rough endoplasmic reticulum, covered in ribosomes, is where the magic of protein synthesis happens. The ribosomes, perched on the rough endoplasmic reticulum, receive the cellular blueprints in the form of messenger RNA. These blueprints guide them in stringing together the correct sequence of amino acids, the building blocks of proteins. Once the protein is assembled, it journeys into the lumen of the endoplasmic reticulum, where it undergoes further modifications and folding into its 3-dimensional shape. This collaboration between the ribosomes and the endoplasmic reticulum is a perfect example of teamwork within the cell. They work hand in hand, ensuring the creation of a diverse array of proteins, each tailored for a specific function within the body. So, the next time you marvel at the complexity of life, remember the tireless efforts of the ribosomes and endoplasmic reticulum, working in sync within each cell. The ribosomes and endoplasmic reticulum, our cellular workforce, work in tandem to construct the proteins that shape us. We've journeyed through the microscopic world of the human cell, exploring its various components and their roles. We've delved into the cellular blueprint, understanding how each cell is a marvel of nature, possessing its unique DNA that guides its function and reproduction. We've marveled at the mitochondria, the powerhouses of the cell, tirelessly providing the energy needed for life's processes. We've then entered the nucleus, the cell's command center, where the cell's operations are regulated. We've appreciated the tireless work of the ribosomes and the endoplasmic reticulum, the manufacturing and packaging centers of the cell, producing proteins that are essential for life. Each of these components, though individually small, come together in a harmonious dance of life, working in unison to maintain our existence. From the bustling energy factories to the diligent workforce, every component of a cell plays its part in the symphony of life. So the next time you think about yourself, remember the trillions of cells that make you, you.